I think your question is so stupid. I mean, I think I don't want anything to go down, but sometimes you have to take medicine to fix something. And we have such a horrible, we have been treated so badly.
Welcome to the Unemployment Report, where we make sense of the upcoming recession, which is 100% guaranteed. This is Samuel Oshinike. It's Monday, April 7th, and let's get right into it. The risk of recession has been raised to 60% from JP Morgan and up to 40% from Goldman Sachs. And the good news there is that there's still time for you to react, because the real probability is 100%. So the market is not pricing in 100% recession right now. So there's still an opportunity to make changes in your portfolio, make changes in your spending habits, and react to what's happening. I don't mean to make any panic, but what occurred on Liberation Day, Trump's tariff announcements, is similar to what happened with COVID. It will have a similar impact on the market and eventually in our lives. I definitely don't say that lightly. That is based on what the president himself has said, what his cabinet has said, advisors and people around him. And when he says something, you have to trust it. They are ready for pain, and what we don't know is how long and how deep that pain is going to be. But they are ready for pain, and you should be ready for pain as well. The primary reason we're going to be having a recession is due to Trump's tariffs, which are a tax. He announced these tariffs, which will raise our effective tariff rate to levels unseen since World War II, even before World War II. That will cause prices to increase, and that will make demand decrease and eventually cause companies to lay people off. So that is the sequence of events that we're getting ready for. And so why am I so sure that the recession will happen? Well, we have to be sure, number one, if these tariffs are real. On a base level, to understand that, we have to understand Trump himself. Look, I'm going to level with you. I'm paying for a Wall Street Journal account so that you don't have to. So if you could just give me like a subscribe, or comment, I would really appreciate it. I promise I'm going to respond to every single comment I get. Like it or not, Trump was elected with a mandate. The Congress was elected with him, and the courts are in his favor. And because of that, he is going to act with strong will and do what he thinks is best. And what he thinks is best is two things. One is he wants to leave a significant mark, and he wants to be considered a historic president that's remembered for decades to come. And the other side, which is true, is that he loves tariffs. He's talked about it many times over the years. He loves tariffs. He believes in tariffs. So the tariffs are real. When he says that, you have to believe him. So understanding that he wants to leave a legacy and that he believes in tariffs, now we have to understand who his core constituency is, who elected Trump. Trump has two primary constituencies, which is his MAGA base, represented with Steve Bannon, and also the wealthy individuals, people in the corporate world. Now, there was always a question on who he was going to end up siding with. There were many battles. We don't get into them now. But these tariffs clearly send a signal that he's chosen his constituency, and that constituency is the MAGA base. People like Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson. And if you look over the weekend, they were very supportive of his tariffs, or they downplayed the impact, or they talked about and justified why they had to be. So all of this suggests that there is no reaction from his base negatively yet on the announcement of the tariffs. On the contrary, they are in full support. So on Liberation Day, Trump announced tariffs on a number of countries, allies, enemies alike, including China, Vietnam, many others, the EU. And in aggregate, these become a total effective rate of 22%, which is the highest rate of tariffs we've seen since 1910. This represents an entirely cataclysmic, we cannot overestimate or we cannot overstate how big of a change to the global economy and trade system this represents. This is going to change things that haven't been seen for 50 to 100 years. So this is massive. And that's why I say it's on the scale of COVID. You cannot say how different the world is going to be if these tariffs hold up. And as I said, there's every reason to believe that they will hold up. So these tariffs, as they come into effect, are going to start driving the price of things higher. Cars, appliances, homes, many goods. And as consumers see these prices, they're going to consume less. It's going to drive demand down. And as demand gets driven down, then businesses are going to invest less. They're going to close down stores. They're going to shut down factories. That means layoffs. So that is the direct sequence of events that will occur with these tariffs. So how long and how bad will this period of pain be? It's very uncertain. There are so many different things that can happen. Trump might roll back some of these. They could be used as a negotiation tactic. There could be technology changes. There's just so many questions in the air, but regardless of the severity, the result is the same. There will be a recession. That is guaranteed, right? So I think whether these actions that he's taking to try and bring like made to America back is unclear. Maybe at the end of this tunnel, there will be a light. But I'm here to say that we are at the beginning of the decline. We're at the beginning of the recession. And we're going to experience a lot of pain before we find out in the end what will be the outcome of these measures. So I want to end by saying that this absolutely is historic. April 2nd will go down as a historic day. And I think especially for our generation, millennials, Gen Z, who've never seen a recession before, we've never been in a difficult economic market, it's going to feel very disorienting. And the goal that we will always look for is to try and understand what's in our control and what isn't in our control. And at the moment, we understand that what the administration is doing isn't in our control, but what is in our control is to hold on to our jobs, stay steadfast, rebalance our portfolios, given that we know it's 100% recession, and move from there. So until we have new information, signing off.